first of all, how do you feel the hearing for the closure of McIndoe Street went tonight?
I thought it went pretty well. We had a full house here. We had a lot of comments, more for the project than were against, but we did kind of hear both sides tonight, so it was good.
There was concern from one of the committee members about maybe moving this approval for the closure a little bit too fast. What exactly does she potentially want to wait for making this decision?
Well, right now there's a traffic analysis being done. The developer is paying for that, and so from that traffic analysis, there were a number of things that the DOT wanted to see. And that report, when that comes out, that's going to address all of those questions that the DOT wanted to see, gathering of data. They will review that, and then the DOT will make their determination on any improvements that might need to be made according to what that new proposed route is. And so she wanted to see that report before she made any final decisions. Yeah.
And now, what were some of the kind of comments about what would happen if they did wait for the approval?
They were concerned. I know from the developer side, they had made comments that they're working towards their designs, and that if there's certain things that they wanted to bid, and yet if things got delayed down the road, they may run into problems with additional costs if they had to delay any bidding. The other things on the other side were, one of the reasons for the public hearing was not only just for the rerouting of the highway, but the DOT also wants to see or have public input. They want to see what the public is talking about. They also want to see support from the governing body to move this forward before they make any final decisions. So I think it was important today for at least the SISM committee to move this forward, to show support.
There's also one public concern about not knowing about potential alternatives other than closing McIndoe Street. What would you say to the public that maybe hasn't been able to find these alternatives, and where they could go to look at those?
Yeah, I don't think anything really formal was put down. I mean, we internally had some conversations with the DOT. The developer, I know, has had several conversations with the DOT as well. There's not a lot of places we can reroute a connecting highway within the city. And so what happens with the connecting highways is that the DOT accepts jurisdiction for those. So when they come up for reconstruction, the DOT pays 100% of that construction. And so if we were to go ahead and reroute the highway and, let's say, take out 4 city blocks of highway, and they were to give that up, and let's say we wanted to reroute over to Bridge Street, and we were asking the DOT to give up 4 blocks but take on 1.2 miles of roadway. They don't want to do that, because then they're responsible for a lot more roadway to reconstruct over time. So this is a good route going 5th to Scott, because it's about a 1-to-1 transition for jurisdiction. So this was palatable for them. They feel like it could work. We feel very comfortable that this is going to work.
So now that the closure has been approved here in SISM, where does it go to next, and when will we see it come up again?
We're going to go to Plan Commission for this, and then obviously before any final decisions get made, we'll have to continue to work with the DOT and get their blessing, and then it will go to council ultimately.
Okay. When do you think you expect to get it to Plan and then hear from the DOT?
I'm not exactly sure what day it's going to go to Plan off the top of my head, but I could get that to you. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be
All
great.
right. Okay.
So, anything else you'd like to say about the hearing tonight?
I don't think so. We had a lot of comments, and these comments will be for the record, but they'll also be shared with the DOT along with the report. So.